All right. Well, I thought we played really hard. I thought we competed well tonight against a good team. We had, to me, two lapses. I wouldn't, the first one, uh, first 4 minutes, for the first TV timeout, we lost that 6-0. And then, that last 4 minutes of the first half, we had got it 23-20. And then they were going 13-5 run in the half. And, that put us in a hole. And, the one thing about it is you're already playing shorthanded, and we can't, we can't put ourselves in holes by committing, unforced turnovers, different things. When you're trying to get out of a rut and find a rhythm, you can't do harm to yourself, is what I always like to say. And so that's what we did, and that kind of hurt us. But the effort was there. I was proud of the guys. Again, they played hard, they competed, and we had our moments. Unfortunately, you don't win a game by getting moments, and you don't get half a points like there was. I think it was hockey. They used to give half a points and all the crazy stuff, and we don't get half a points in this. You left-hand column or the right-hand column, and so we just got to regroup and get ready for Saturday.
What happened with Lance, and how long is he going to be out?
Chad, that's a good question. I'm not really for sure. Hopefully, it won't be too long. But I'm not really for sure on that, to be honest with you. Yeah, it was a risk. Yeah.
I know you said yesterday you're not going to make excuses, but
yeah.
You're down to 7 or 8 guys at this point. How do you kind of fight through this?
Man, I'm gonna keep fighting. I can't make no excuses because it's just a part of the business. The one thing about it is we in a business where nobody really cares, and I understand that. And shoots, the places that I've been, I feel like I was always there for a reason. And you go through a little something, and you just kind of find out who you are. Even more, so to speak. At 51, you can still find out more. So, I feel like, right now it's just, figuring things out, adjusting on the run. It's a part of coaching. It's a part of teaching. It's a part of healing, a whole lot of different things because you're trying to still connect a group of young men. And it's already hard anyway, but it makes it harder when guys are in and out. But, these guys have given me their all, and I think it showed tonight. And I was proud of them for the way they played and competed.
You talked about the efforts. I mean, even slow start offensively. I think 1-2 points in the first 8 minutes, something like that. Just kept fighting, got it close to the half, and then even at the end of the game, cut it under double digits. Just talk about this team. Even when things aren't going well, they kind of fight to the end. Just is that's something y'all can kind of build on going forward?
I think it is. The fight was there, and that's most important to me. And I think that it's something that we can build on. We can hang our hat on. We got to get better offensively, to me, from the standpoint of sharing the ball. It's almost like we were committed to it, and then we start wavering. And you can't waver against this team we played tonight, Clemson. Especially they're a heavy shift team. They're in gaps. Like, from where I'm sitting, you can it's almost like an aerial view. You can see everything that's going on. It's like that's not there. You can see it from where I'm standing. And sometimes you got to keep the game really simple. You got to hit singles, and then you catch some doubles, and then eventually things open up. But that's getting the ball to the second side, sometimes third side, to make things happen. And we got to get back to that, to ease the game for us offensively.
Overwhelming majority of the offensive firepower from the 5 spot falls upon Bye, just simply because of skill level and the other guys' situations in that regard. Do you see him? He had double tonight, but do you see him kind of getting worn down by the opposition focusing on him defensively?
Well, somewhat, but I think what Bai has to do for me is get back to doing the other things. I don't look at Bai as a guy that's a scorer. I look at him as a guy that's a rim runner, a rebounder, an offensive rebounder, and he's a guy that's getting better trying to score the ball. But I think the biggest thing for him is when you play against a team like Clemson, he down there wrestling with a couple big guys. So it probably seemed like he was in more of a fight tonight than probably, any other game, But I thought he held his own. He did a good job. It's not easy. Clemson, one of the best rebounding teams in the country. And we held them to 5 offensive rebounds. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. So, he could be, but it's a part of it. It's a part of the growth process. I'll say this, when I was a sophomore, defenses started changing, guarding me, and you have to adjust. But if you're trying to be the player you're trying to be, you got to raise your level. And, that's what I've been challenging him on. He has to continue to try to raise his level of play.
What does Darian Sutton have to do to get on the court?
Just show more consistency. The biggest thing for me with him is I wonder at times, does he believe in himself? And I'm the type of person that if anybody knows me, I've been really close to putting Emmer Nichols in the game because I do trust him. When I was at Pacific, I started a walk-on. So it's not a matter of anything more than you gotta show people that you want to play. Like nothing is given, everything is earned. And I think that, he has to fight to get to that point, and that's what I want to see. I know he's talented, and I'm not gonna ever question his talent, but you have to go out there and you have to play hard. You got to build habits, and that's what I'm looking for, for him.
Like you've been talking about last several weeks, a lot of season left, and the team's kind of, still a lot of injuries. You feel like this team still got it in them to kind of get hot down the stretch, get healthy, and make a run? You think this is a team that can go on a run like that going into March?
I think we can go on a run. I mean, it is a lot of basketball left. I'm not naive enough to think that we don't get these games back neither. But, big picture, when I look at we got 5 conference losses. We've played, two of the top teams in the league. We played Carolina, so I don't think that we should overreact to those losses. But I think at the same time, we also got to put string games together. You know what I mean? And I do understand that. Bodies, we do need healthy bodies, but at the same time, too, crazy thing about it, I think we got enough to compete and win with what we have. It's just a matter of managing the game and doing different things. I always say that when I before each game and I look at the game, the first thing I say is that as long as we don't have to do like we did against SMU where you got to burn timeouts to continuously stop runs, you can manage a game, to get the game, to striking distance, and then it's a matter of making and missing shots, and we're good enough to do that. But are we consistent enough to not turn the ball over, to be able to be mentally tough enough to knock down that shot at that given time so we can win a game, so that's where we're at. I think we have it, but we got to show it.